Man, my man. You say it on Luke is part of the we did wrap a lot of them up. Can't take a hint. You a trick ass old bad who's this? Bitch. Lot lizard lurking. Oh, this is for old girl. This girl, place your bet. Bad built bitch with a stale taco wilted lettuce between your legs. With a brain on E. You chase them a damn fiend. Pop a pill, since you off your meds. The voices talking, they all in your head. No, somebody check on this chick. She fell for a man who hit re quick. My man is getting pathetic. He dodging you bills and credit. Yo, we was jamming over here. We really wrapped them up. Don't want you. He wants to covered. Yo, we really bus never learned the route. Jumped in deep waters, forgot how to get out. Yeah, never made it. They never recovered. They never recovered after we wrapped them up and put the whole diss track out there, huh? We got a whole diss track called Flip My Dip. Like Flip My Dipping the Manipula Dip. Like, yo, we really hold on. That ain't hate, facts. You chasing the cracks, back it up. Trucker, park in reverse. You need a psych, evolving a nurse. My man. Sounding like a broke down fan. Go cry in your cab, clutching the plane. See, I wanted to put that what's it called before this right here. Just wants for no nuts. The fraud, the fake, the coward. What's going on with you? Hard in person, but you never commit. This is crazy because like all the evidence that we got is right there on Discord, you know, right there in the petty pocket. All of the people that manipulated and stuff right there. I didn't really realize how much evidence we had in that Discord until I went back and looked at that Discord because I was, you know, one of the investigators was asking me like, you know, do I have stuff or something like that. And I went back and I was looking through the Discord to see like all the stuff that links people to people, like all the people. Like I had to go take screenshots of some of the stuff in the Discord from like the chat log conversations to the voice channel conversations, like how long that you know how much we were in the voice channel chat. Um, so I had to go back through like that Discord, like go back through the petty pocket and all of that, and man, it's so much stuff in there, you know, from the Ada situation to the Murph situation. See, they can try to get rid of the lives that told, Maggie had the live where Murph admitted on her panel that he didn't have these credentials and stuff like that. And then like I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going back and trying to cover up the history of stuff. You know what I mean? I think they're going back anybody's pages who might have like some of the history of all that stuff on there, they're going back and they're trying to get rid of those pages. Yep. They're going back and they're trying to get rid of those pages. Pages like, all the manipulation that took place, like, with Nick the Mountain Goat going over to Golden's page after she left the Discord, or after she left Maggie's page, wherever, like all of them coming from the Atwoods network, like they're all trying to get rid of, the history of them, and they're prying, like they're prying into other stuff, like they're all trying to like get rid of it in a way. Yep. It's all backfiring on them. Y'all hit that thumbs up button or tap the screen. Maybe you could tap hearts. I know that, but they think that they can do that. Like, that's why you see them trying to like repaint the narrative. Like they're really trying to rewrite the history within a short amount of time. Like it ain't even been like 5 years or nothing like that. It ain't even a long time to where as though, they can even think they can get away with it. But for some reason they think like they can rewrite 8 months ago. You know what I mean? And listen, we had the whole mixtape on their ass. Probably the first one to put out like you know, you see it, you see the plot. I see it, but that's why I'm trying to tell like, certain investigators, I'm trying to tell people like they got to get on it fast because these people are trying to hide the history of a lot of the stuff. I bet you they going and getting rid of emails. I bet you they done, probably changed their Facebook or got a new phone and didn't put their Facebook on a new phone or something like that. Like all of the things that digitally links them together, like all of the digital conversations that took place on the back end for this game to be played, the discords, the Patreon conversations, Jaguar's cruelty free .org, what you call them, like when you start looking at the back trail and you chase the digital, then you'll see where all of their see, this is like panhandling online. You know what I mean? Like this is what happens when a bunch of like swindlers and hustlers find a new thing. Like so they used to, marking people on the street to set up like this. Now they doing it online, and working with scammers. That's why they would try to get people's email address. Ronnie Ronnie Bo did the whole, text now numbers where he was getting people's numbers. They was texting him. They was texting a text now number that wasn't linked to him. Does that make sense? Like this text now number, other people had access to it to see who was texting him, the numbers that was texting him and stuff. Like Michael, whatever, Michael something from the Atwoods network. Like he can see the messages that Ronnie was getting somehow. Like he was able to get into Ronnie's text now information, if that makes sense. Like it was such a big of a scam that one person will have access to excess amount like five people would have access to one WhatsApp account, if that makes sense. Like it'll be like five people with access to the same WhatsApp account. And they fucking with people. They can go back and look at the history of how they fuck with people, everything like that. They do this. This is how they manipulate. Like they thought that they were playing in between the systems. They thought that they were slick about it. Um, you know, yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like they thought that they were slick about this. But see, the problem with that was every login, every phone, every account that they logged in, it showed the history of where they was logging in from. So it was no way that people from the UK, Canada, and the United States all was logging in at different times into the same account. You know what I mean? Like all of them was logging in at different times into the same account. Nah, that's suspicious. You know. So there's a lot of stuff that's about to unfold, around this whole, you know, chaotic sector that y'all call the Hunger Games. There's a lot of stuff that's being revealed, if you would say. But that's why I just say, men lie, women lie, energy never lies. You know what I mean? Because they had to continue to operate the same way. The only thing they changed out was the players. The operation stayed the same. The fake emails to other content creators to try to get them to talk about certain stuff. If you go back, they sent out fake emails pretending to be Busby, pretending to be this person, um, even if you go back to Ratchet TV or whatever his name was, there was emails that was fake. That they made it seem like it came from Jay-Z's camp. You the Ronnie Bo situation, they made it seem like Ronnie Bo went to Mossy Projects and got into a situation with somebody from Jay-Z's camp and so on and so forth, right? I mean, it's going back. Like it's so much, and that's just within the 2.5 year span. That's not even including, you know, setting the car on fire. Jaguar Wright setting the car on fire for content. That's not including that. That's not including the situation that took place in Dallas. There's so many different levels of investigations that's going on right now. We looking at the internet investigation and how they playing on the internet, messing up people's lives, altering people's lives, so on and so forth. The defamation of character by excess amount of accounts, right? These are groups. These are groups. Whether they consciously are acting as a group or unknowingly acting as a group, this is still a group, right? If all of y'all came from the same place, if it branched off, they came from the Knot, they came from Atwoods, they came from Sherry and Perry, whatever the fuck they want to call their names, Sherelle's World, right? All of these groups are linked together. All of these pages are linked together. AT2, the Knot, Sherelle. Um, Now see, my problem was separating the groups. I couldn't figure out if Storm Monroe, Sean Davyway, Love Jones, Essie Berry, I couldn't figure out where they all fit in at. I couldn't figure out where all these fit in back until you go into the history. See, within a 2.5 year marker, you wouldn't know where all these other accounts fit in at. But then when you go into the history of Jaguar, then you'll see where these other accounts fit in at. Then you'll see where the Jones accounts fit in at. Then you'll see where the Storm Monroe account fit in at, the Sean Davyway accounts fit in at. Like, until you put Jaguar in the middle of it, you will not know the links to all of these accounts. Until Jaguar is until you figure out Jaguar linked to everything, then you'll start figuring out everybody else. But if Jaguar is not there, right? If Jaguar is not there, then it all looks coincidental or, whatever. But when you put Jaguar in the equation, now you see the links to you know Nature Boy. Now you see the links to um uh what's his name son, Dr. Umar's son. Now you see the links to you know Tokyo Tony. Now you see the links to Atwoods. Now you see, when you put Jaguar in the equation, you see all the connections. If Jaguar is not in that equation, it just all looks crazy. It just all looks in shambles. But when you put Jaguar in the equation over a 5 year span, now it all makes sense. Nosy Ho, Sherelle's World. Now it all makes sense. Now all of it has a timeline. All these people have a timeline connected to Jaguar. King Payne, uh, uh, you know, even her old mods, her nephew, Cultivate with Kai, right? I'm not even going to tell you some of the stuff I found out about that, about Cultivate with Kai. I ain't even about to tell you some of the stuff I found out about that. We're going to leave that alone. Apparently, this grooming system has been going on for a while now. Apparently, finding them at 17 and, pretending to be their aunt, like this seems to be a repeated MO, right? So we're not even going to get into that. Some of the phone call conversations that took place over on Facebook. We can't get into that. Um, and then you see, when you're being targeted by different groups, it's hard to pinpoint who's coming from what group. It can make you look crazy, right? Especially when you got all of them in your Discord, right? When you got people from the Knots group in the Discord, not knowing that the people from the Knots group is people from the Atwoods group, right? They're pretending like they followed you from the Knot, but really they followed you from Atwoods. From when you start mentioning that, then you got a whole different group on you. You keep on trying to figure out why it seems like all of these UK people, all of these out of country people seem so invested in America, um YouTube conflict. It just doesn't make sense. But then it does make sense if you realize that they're taking a book out of Atwoods, right? These people watched Atwoods build his page, his network, everything off of black people's controversy, whether it be hip hop, whether it be Diddy, Jay-Z, whoever the case may be. Atwoods build his platform off of tearing down black people. So it makes sense that these people would mimic that same thing, that they are on here tearing down the black tea sector, right? Tearing down people in the black tea sector. Why? Because that's Atwood's MO. Is it not? That's from their same group. It's repeated. They can't do this same thing over there in the UK. That's why they play on American platforms. That's why they do it on American platforms, right? But the design of it comes from a system that's put in place, right? A system that a lot of these players, they actually hold to the system. You say, oh, you ain't bigger than the program. You got Denot running around thinking that he held some type of governing system over other people's accounts, so on and so forth. You got Jaguar setting up the same MO where she'll come and build your account and tell you can use all her content. Look, this is how they all do the same thing. I can show you the text messages from Denot where he tried to get me to use his content. You could use my content. You could put my name in your title, so on and so forth. I thought it was odd, but now it makes sense. Danny Robinson did the same thing to Maggie, where she said, Maggie, you can use my content. Go ahead. 6 months down the line, right? That way, when she fall out with Maggie, she can go back and strike all of that stuff and get her page taken away whenever she wanted to. It was like basically showing somebody you made them so you can break them. It's like saying, I brought you in this world and I can take you out, right? Jaguar did the same thing. Jaguar say, you could use their content, go ahead, use their content. Then they go and strike you, right? Then they go and strike you. Atwoods and them did the same thing, right? You remember the one that I showed where Atwoods and Wolf Coochie and them, they were on live. They were supposed to be addressing the racist issue that took place on AT2's panel with one of their Atwoods members, right? Instead, Atwoods brung his son up and had his son on the screen while Wolf Coochie showed all types of things of Perry in different outfits and stuff like that, right? And I started pointing that out. That was one of the things that my page got struck for, was pointing that out that they were using that whole situation, that came from Atwoods, right? When I first came over here and I started pointing out Jaguar Wright, that was one of the things that she said in the thing. She said Atwoods is going to strike your page. I didn't even know who Atwoods was at the time. I don't care who you tell. You know, I didn't care who you tell. Go tell whoever you want to tell. You know, but these was the people she was using, and then you seen this. It repeated. You seen it repeat over and over again, right? And it's only a matter of time before they think, the smoke has cleared, and then you'll see Atwoods and Jaguar repeat the same thing over again. That's why they trying to get rid of all the pages that know the history, know about what was going on, all of that stuff, so they can repeat the same thing. If you go to Atwood's page, I bet you their Christmas special ain't even up on there, where everybody was there for Christmas. The whole family was there. Maggie was there. Atwoods was there. Beverly was there. Um, Ronnie was there, right? Y'all don't remember the Christmas special? Or should I just go back to my Instagram and show you guys what I'm talking about? Let's just go back to my Instagram real quick, because I think I still have it over there on Instagram. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, they just rewriting this history right in y'all face. Maggie's the main one in their way, really, because she was on their side at the time. So she the main one in their way, really. You know? So y'all don't remember this Christmas special. Fill your ring. This person used to work for the uh, Mexican mafia, which we know is a part of trafficking, right? These two people right here just look like they don't mean no good. Look at the evil. Look at the evil. This looks like a panel full of evil. And listen to what they're saying. This is why I say they playing in my face. Listen to what Maggie says. We're all powerful white women. We're all powerful women and white. We're all white, powerful women. Look at Ron. What, listen to what Jaguar Wright say. White status. Listen to what Ron says. He's like, oh, wait now, wait now. I'm sitting here dying inside. I'm dying inside. Everything. No, she was called white by a Saint Jamaican. Oh, I know. Know the Lord. Know the Lord. It's just, I just love you guys. I'm sorry that this problem was created because we're all awesome together. Not sorry, actually. You see? And you tell me these people are about. Come on, man. Come on, man. Tell me these people. Okay, TikTok. Like you see this, guys? This is. How about this plot? Setting the West with that said, the goal is to get to everybody. Just you gonna get to 10K, then we're gonna move on up like the Jeffersons, and we're gonna get them up out of here. Oh yeah, especially 82. Do not. They can all go away. They're such a disgrace. The thumbnail that AT2 has been using with Jag's picture, that picture is copywritten. So is that plan still in play? Is that plan still in play to get rid of pages? And this is why. And this is why. And this is why I say. Is that plan still in play? How about my favorite? That Ronnie Bo brings his kid on the Sean Atwood show right here. Atwood. They don't talk about nothing about kids. Why would you show your kid on this show? Right there. None of these people are inside the continent of America, right? Why would you put your kid on here? And why would you show them the just watch? Why would you do this? Why? Why did you show her size like that? Why did you show? That's not weird. Why? Why would you? Why would you show her body size? What did that have to do with anything? That shit. That shit. Still mind-boggling to me, right? This is why I keep on saying, like, they're just gonna repeat the same shit over again. You know, they don't want certain people to still be around for it. Why? Because we know the connections. You know, this was at a time that Maggie, was still involved. Maggie really, like, besides the fact that she's probably naive, she probably can expose more of the connection if she actually dug back into her recollection. You know what I mean? It was all on her other page. That's why they had to take Maggie's page down. It was all on Maggie's other page. Remember Ronnie Bo sending a text message out to all the people asking them for $40? Y'all don't remember that? Huh? We watched this manipulation take place. We watched it. Sensitive statement. We watched them. Right. Everybody pulled out the babies. Now you see. You hear me? Look. Clearly. Everybody pulled out the babies and hid behind the babies when the racist shit came up. Right? But listen to what he Listen said. To this. Listen. Mexican in the family because the child got more names than 3 people. Oh, she's falling asleep. Said the baby must be Mexican because it's got more names than 3 people. You have in your family because the child got more names than 3 people. How do we not see that the remarks that they're making are not of, I don't want to use the words, but this is scary. I mean, it goes on. Like, of course, they don't want us around. Listen to this. We was the ones that was around for the fake DNA, spiritual stuff when they fake like Jaguar was somebody from Atlantis. They try to put these conspiracy theories on her, try to make it seem like she was a warrior. They had Beverly over there doing remote viewings and all of that shit. Y'all remember that? It's just happening from another perspective because if no one can see the link between Ronnie Bo disappearing just before the Christmas sacrifice concert, and then today it's announced that Jack, I'm not gonna lie, Jack, right? I pulled 5 cards for Ronnie. None of it is what you want to see. I already know. I feel it. I already know. I feel it. Fear. They're energy harvesting and pushing fear on everybody. Was taken in by some government agents, and I believe he's being questioned about me and the time he read that I do. Come on. Huh? Huh? Listen, we got all of it. We recorded all of it. Huh? Jaguar writes. You want to see where Ada? She puts out this Ronnie Bo, who saw him last. Now, the knot comes up and says that Ronnie Bo is locked up. In which case, Jaguar Wright says, "You're a liar," right? Let's listen.
Uh-uh. Fix. And let's see what this little niglet has to say.
Nah, we can't listen to that. She got that noise in the background. She gonna be able to strike. I think that's her page. Who page was that? I think that's her page. Yeah, she gonna be able to try to strike something. Ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna be able to strike something. Wait, then I can't strike nothing. They don't got no page no more, right? And then here was the fallout. Here was the fallout. Makes sense. Right? This is Ronnie Bo. Trying to get them to read this. Rocking with R. Kelly, and he spent time with R. Kelly, and he's advocating for R. Kelly. Ronnie Bo got on the Sean Atwood show today, right? After all the controversy that's around him, and he decides to write a letter to President-elect Trump, right? Now, I want y'all to know, this is like some fifth grade, classroom stuff where you tell your fifth grade students, hey, write a letter to your president. And they think we don't remember this. So he gets on the show. Do you hear me? So they really think we don't remember this. That's why I ain't playing none of his stuff. They really think we don't remember this. Right? They really think we don't remember how the Ali Carter beef started with Jaguar, right?
Girl. Ava Baroni is what, about 18, 19 years old? And sitting on social. Tap the screen and share the side.
We got listen. And this is not even going into the petty pocket receipts. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even going into the Discord receipts. You know what I mean? These are just some of the things that I recorded and clipped and put on my Instagram. You know what I mean? They think nobody makes the connection with them. The connection's all right there. The connection is all right there. All the connections is right there. From Ronnie Slow to Big Hungry CC. Then they did the whole branch off. Maggie got more knowledge in her head than what she's giving up because remember, on her lives is where Jaguar was doing the most confessing at. Jaguar was over there like, I made sure all of those girls got home. I made sure all of them got home. This, that, and the third. She was over there telling so much stuff, you know? Over there telling so much stuff. I just don't see how y'all don't remember none of this. You know? You remember the Cultivate with Kai's when he came up on the panel?
You're also on TikTok. Are you also live streaming in Discord as well?
I'm on Twitch. I'm on TikTok. You know, yeah, we're on multiple platforms.
You have less than 20,000 subscribers on TikTok, don't you?
No, I actually have
because I checked your. I checked your numbers.
You are not going to talk over me if you ask me a question. On one page, I got 35K followers. On another page, I got 15K.
I have 3 pages. And on all of those pages, I have 250,000 followers.
Okay. Your numbers. Wow, your numbers. No, I don't understand what that means. I don't care what that means.
I'll be taking this video and uploading it to my TikTok. This is the only time I'll do this. Thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
You're also.
We was there. We was there. You think I care if you filming this? You think you got the Yo, stop insulting me.
Stop acting like to not.
Stop insulting me.
I just want to ask Kai one question.
Okay, you can ask your question, but you're gonna have to start with. This is when she listen to what she say to cultivate with Kai. You know,
He get more views than you.
why are you trying to insult me? TikTok, you know I'm gonna mute her. You know I'm not about to. You know I. And remember, what did what did cultivate with Kai do after that? Huh? What did cultivate with Kai do after that? Huh? Cultivate with Kai turned around and got his 1,000th member off of a live where he did all the women from his Discord. Y'all can let y'all story be told over here, you know? And he hit 1,000 members and was able to get monetized. Huh? Huh? All from what? Using false stories about the Discord. All these people from the Discord started popping up over there. I got a story to tell about Atlas Discord. I got a story to tell. Right? That's crazy. Y'all don't remember the history. Y'all don't remember. Cultivate with Kai was in the Discord at one point. Before Maggie did her live, and then all of a sudden he was saying, like, what is he doing to all these women? Why is they, so, pressed about him and da 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 and this, that, and the third. Y'all don't remember that? How y'all don't remember that? Huh? How y'all don't remember that? That's why I keep on saying, like, how y'all don't remember this stuff? Play the mute game. I ain't about to.
Whatever you want.
I'm gonna play the mute game. You about to keep on disrespecting me. I play the mute game. Nah, I'll mute you.
It was never about views for me.
I mean,
It was never about views for me. You know that.
Yeah. Listen to Cultivate with God.
Stroll over there, get all this fake. I'm gonna sue you.
Look,
I'm gonna
it was other people.
Anything about that lady.
This is just the small tidbits. Remember?
Oh, I did.
These are just the small ones.
You got all this information about you got the voice, you doing all this, sounding like you're drinking.
Listen to me.
Over there and get out.
Y'all don't remember? I remember. Huh?
No, see now that is what I find
Amber.
so funny. Let me explain.
You don't remember these people? How we don't remember these people? I got a nice extensive history of these people. You know what I'm saying? Nice extensive history of these people. You know? Rent free. We living rent free in Jaguar Head at one point.
This is me being petty. Welcome to the Petty Live.
See? You know that petty pocket?
23 people in the room. 35 likes. I think we already beat Ralphdawise, didn't we?
See?
That's me being petty. I literally said for a minute and 30 seconds and said nothing. And I have more views and likes than you did for the past hour that you've been sitting over there with Letitia Targaryen lying.
Huh? Listen to me. Rent free. Rent free. I'm talking big mad. This is me being petty. What? Yo, when I say we had them in a headlock, we had them in a headlock. Huh? We had them in a headlock. They were so upset. I mean, it was crazy how mad they were. And then what happened? Somebody told on themselves.
You only drop your
Huh?
email so I can try to send you an email so then you can try to make it seem like somebody was hacking into your stuff. Because now that y'all know the feds is watching y'all, y'all want to try to deflect and put all the crimes that y'all was committing on somebody else. The fact that y'all been hacking into people's accounts, using their email, ain't that why Ronnie Bo asked for everybody to send him an email or do that text now number shit, right? Everybody knows that scammers use your email and then small variations of information, right? So y'all are on here looking to get to know people so y'all can scam them. Nobody's stupid. That's why you told.
Yeah. Yeah. So we major exposed them. Major exposed everything about them. You know, I'm gonna skip over the magic clips for right now. Let's skip over the magic clips.
You know why you dropped your email, Murph? I'm 20 steps ahead of you already. You only.
We're gonna skip over the magic verse. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
It's true. In order for y'all to stop that bullshit, that's what
We stayed 10 toes down. Huh?
this
When we
alcoholism, drugs,
exposed all of the accounts that Murph was dabbling in, right? This is what they were upset about. This is what they're upset about.
Murph is not nobody. Stop.
This is what they're really upset about. You know, we really like exposed a lot.
Murph is not
You know what I'm
nobody.
saying?
Stop letting panels. Stop taking, psychiatric or any type of help from him. He's not telling y'all anything educational.
This
He is
is what
not the
they're mad
person.
about. Atwood's network lost somebody when we came over, and that's just what they're mad about.
Same boat can't get nothing. I got taken to the hospital by the paramedics, locked in a room for 4 hours, and told to go home. The only reason why I'm posting this message is because things need to change. There are cuts in mental health service every single year, and we all just sit back and carry on regardless. I know it is not easy, but please be.
We was exposing too much. You know what I'm saying? We was exposing too much. You know? That petty pocket had them in their feelings. They was in their feelings over that petty pocket. You hear me? They was really in their feelings that petty pocket. Where's Jaguar's Muppet at?
Nephew.
Where the Muppet at?
13-year-old don't care about eight.
Come on.
Mind. This 13-year-old is disturbed. All of this stuff about this 13-year-old.
Y'all remember when, Wolf Coochie's, son or half son, whatever he was? Y'all remember all of that. Y'all remember all of it. It was all bad business. It was all bad business. And not everybody is still around for it. You know what I mean? Not everybody is still around for those stories. Right here.
Doing weird shit. I was telling that person, it's not for me to expose him. I'm shit. Let him keep operating how he operates. He'll eventually expose himself. And sure enough, he did just that. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Right. And that's
Probably didn't even have like an actual falling out. He probably jumped the gun and got upset about something and then turned you into the bad guy like he usually do.
Yeah, he created it. I didn't even think it. I didn't think no big deal of it. I let it roll. I'm like, bro, that's when he sent me the text. I'm like, bro, that's somebody from your end playing. That's not me. That's somebody.
It was
From your.
always somebody playing. It was always them. You remember?
Comment in the comment section. The model. You comment.
Remember they came?
Right.
Remember they came over to the panel?
But it's a
Sherelle, Perry, all of them.
and trolled her. This is after he
The manipulation game. When they was live on my panel, but he going over to Maggie's live, saying a bunch of shit over there, telling Maggie, oh, go look, you know, trying to put me and Maggie against each other, so on and so forth, right? We remember this. We remember this. They can try to make it seem like this is the games.
me being two different things, right? Then it looks like I'm lying to them, and it looks like
It's the games.
right.
It's the games that they play.
Falls on the knot because I'm not in touch with Perry or Sherelle, right? So it's basically whatever he's telling them. If Perry or Sherelle wanted to get in touch with me, they would have to ask the knot, right? The same thing I would have to do pretty much, right?
The games that they were playing. It was just so many games being played.
They're getting plugged in the.
Nobody wanted to recognize these games that was being played. You know?
In order to speak.
You know what I mean? This was the games that was being played. We were just here for it.
Right. To where though I know this is a game, right?
We were
But
just here for it.
figure out why are you coming against me the way that you're coming against me when I gotta sit here and figure out, okay, boom, if it's about
Yeah.
building content, let's build.
They were doing all types of stuff. You know? I couldn't figure it out, but then it made sense. It made sense because this is how they trap you in a little circle. You know what I mean? This is how they trap you in a little circle. This was another time Jaguar came up on the panel.
Everything else, including his job at Def Jam when he signed Rihanna. He was underage.
Come on.
We talking Lucian.
No, Lucian Grange, that's the person who runs
Come on.
Universal.
Okay.
That would be Leor's boss.
Every time Jaguar came up, we was asking the real shit. You can go back now and pull up the stuff we was asking Jaguar.
Because know what I'm
See?
talking about.
Listen.
When do Marina Brockovich come in?
It's
No,
Marina Abramovich.
Abramovich.
Marina Abramovich.
She don't even know. I'm saying it wrong on purpose.
When did she come in?
He's been studying with her for almost 2 decades now. He didn't invest
See
in
that?
anything.
That would be the perfect conversation to be having right now. Right? Why is she not having none of these conversations? Right? She was willing to have them back then, but now she's not willing to have these conversations about Jay-Z when she was willing to talk so much about Jay-Z before.
Jay-Z was placed there by his very white Jewish handler who handed him everything else, including his job at Def Jam when he signed Rihanna when she was underage.
Oh, we talking about Lucian.
No, Lucian Grange.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all.
So we just going higher and higher. So when do Marina
You
Brockovich
just know what I'm talking about.
So when do Marina Brockovich come in?
Number one, her name is Marina Abramovich.
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 That's her name.
Yeah, when did she come in?
He's been studying with her for almost 2 decades now. He didn't invest into anything. Jay-Z was placed there by his very white Jewish handler who
Is that
handed him
Marina?
everything else, including his job at Def Jam when he signed Rihanna when she was underage.
See,
Oh, we talking
I'm
about.
trying to tell y'all,
No,
they
why did you just lie and said that you saw me on that Birds channel? I haven't been there at all. Why would you lie and say that?
The comments been popping up. She been blocking them.
No,
The comments been popping up. She been blocking them.
no, nope, that's not me. That's the fake Jag. You
see
want to know who first
how
started
you know what the fake jag movements are.
make people think
How
that
you
it
know
was
what
me in the
the
chat?
fake jag is doing?
Me and say things about me? They're
You
not. He
see,
was the first one to really, really, really start abusing
they
fake Jags in the
they all
chat.
do the same thing.
Matter of fact, all of your friends have their own fake Jag accounts. So when they can't get me to show up, so when I don't pop up, they just sit there and type in the chat and argue with themselves.
Hmm. Sounds like something she does.
Train.
Where do you know where they get it from? They got it from your boss that you don't know that you're working for. And why did you just lie and say
Listen,
that you
I'm trying to work on that. But look, is Odell really gone? Did y'all really call it quits?
we were here.
problem? It's
Oh,
the
you mean like the
celebrities,
government?
the celebrities that they work for and worship that have been a problem for me.
Where? How do I get in touch with them? I'm trying to get in touch with one of them. I need a check.
You know what? You should do yourself a favor.
What?
And you should ask yourself
Okay.
how you like being played, how
Oh.
you like being made a fool of. I actually gave you a hint. I told you that the reason why Shirl and Pearl and Not and it was coming over to your channel was so they could do all of the stuff that they didn't want their channels to get struck for, so you would. I told you that.
You
I
did
knew you
not
heard
tell
me.
me that.
You hear
I
that?
did.
When, when,
You hear that? Did you hear what she said? Huh? I told you they tell on themselves. I told you they tell on themselves. Hmm? They tell on themselves. You just gotta be present for it.
I said it in a video, and I know you watched because you reviewed it. Because you reviewed it. But it's all right. You were
come
warned.
on, how was I supposed to?
Like I said, you keep letting them come on. YouTubers aren't my problem.
See?
And
So
I
how
know
do
what
you?
his teachings have done. Because what he did do was take ancient African Kemetic science and pervert it for the masses.
Okay, so how do you know about certain sacral rituals that's used based upon the sacral chakra or
Because
the?
I am a study. I am a teacher. That's what I do. How can you defend yourself against something that you don't know how to defend yourself against?
I get
The
the
only way you can defend your the only way to defend yourself against witchcraft is to understand how it works so you can stop it.
So you learn witchcraft to defend yourself against it.
Number one, I study all of my enemies and all of their tactics. Any intelligent person does.
So as an E5 priestess, what levels of magic do you manipulate?
I'm not going to go into the gifts that God has bestowed upon. And I know,
Wait a minute.
please tell all of your
Oh,
old friends
we
will be.
listen. When I say we had them lined up, figured out, all of that good, like we had them lined up, figured out all of that. I said we were so many steps ahead of them, and we was.
These people will learn. I guess they're just desperate and need a big distraction.
What? Tevin Campbell sued you?
No, he threatened to sue me just like Brian is doing. And guess what happened? He did nothing.
Let me guess. He called you. He said, "Can we talk?"
Fact,
Yeah,
like,
listen, we was clowning them. We was clowning them. Pointed all out the whole way. Say we wasn't. We was pointing everything out the whole way. That's crazy. And then they try to hide this guy,
You took in somebody
Freeman.
that had nowhere to go, and
Freeman.
then that person owed you their life.
Should we get into that? Why they didn't?
Nah, that goes to show
They didn't want none of these videos being played.
so you took in somebody. So once again, thinking that they
We expose so much.
I just want to let y'all know, man.
We expose so much. Why they had to try to play with us? We was on a top from the word go. We was like, tell me when to go. 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 Go. You know? But, we still stayed true to our mission. You know what I mean? We still stayed true to our mission. They try to paint it out to be all types of stuff, even trying to get Danny Robinson to go against us and everything. And we still stayed true to our goal. We stayed true to our mission. We stayed true to the plan. We stayed focused. Even though they try to disrupt some stuff, we still stayed true to what we had going on. And at the same time, we still was doing exactly what we said we was doing, which was pointing them out, which was pointing out these fraudulent scammers playing on people's feelings and emotions for likes, clickbait, views, so on and so forth. We said that from the beginning, and we always just did the right thing and got out their way. We let the people go ahead and create the whatever narrative they wanted to create. They were the authors of their own books, the vampires, the Snoopies, the Nick the Mountain Goats, the all of them, they decided to create some type of storyline around whatever, perceive it how they want to perceive it. I want you guys to think about this. If I'm telling everybody that we are all our own individuals and all accounted for our own actions, how are half of the people that are talking against me, they're not telling you about my actions per se, right? They're telling you, oh, he allowed someone else to do this. He allowed someone else to talk to me like that. Even Just Risa. Just Risa, after all the bullshit, we still let Just Risa back into the Discord. And what happened? Darcy. Darcy starts attacking Just Risa, right? Doing this big fight with Just Risa, right? Even after the second time or the third time we let Just Risa back into the Discord, Darcy jumps out there again, right? And then Darcy says she's not a plant. Darcy, come on, you're a plant. It's you created a beef in the Discord in order to drag it out of the Discord to where you and Just Reese is beefing with each other. Social media experiment type shit. Yeah. Weird stuff like that. You know what I mean? Right here. Look at this. This is Just Risa. This is her texting me right here, right? This is Just Risa texting me. It says, sorry I get the emotions. I am not going to bring up any of the past is what I'm saying. It is the past and over with. Darcy is the only one that I am having to deal with. I did not mean to get you upset or angry. Thank you for talking to me. I hope you figure out the stuff with the crazy guy. If you want help with legal stuff and advice, contact me because I know lawyers very well. Hope for the best. In love and light, Risa. Right? The only people I am going to the only people I am at legally now is Maggie, Star, and Darcy. I truly want peace and wish you and your family the best. And all I said was what? Love and light, right? That's all I said. Love and light, right? And then she says, God bless. If you want any support legal wise, seriously reach out. I will help you and tell you how to get the paperwork done. This is not my first tango with having to file against someone in court, and I won my case. Nobody thought I would win. We can we can coexist and we can something coex and help each other. That's all I was trying to get out to you the past few weeks. And then she says, then in August, right? Ralph, this is Risa again. You are spot on with Ada. And if you want some intel, I will share. But Maggie will come at you harder. Just let me know. I really am on your side and fighting for RC1172. See? What'd that say? RC1172. See? So I already knew the games and the, you know what I'm saying? I already knew the manipulation that was involved. Like, these people were playing on the back end. On the front end, something different was happening, but on the back end, this is what was happening, you know? And I was just letting them go ahead with their stories. You know what I mean? I was letting them go ahead and run with their little narratives, however they was playing it. I didn't care. To me, it didn't make sense because I was trying to figure out, like, why is so many of them operating like this? To be honest, that's how I was saying it. Like, yo, what the hell is going on? You know? You know? Even with Bonnie. Look at Bonnie's messages. Look how long this is. Look how short my responses are, and then look at Bonnie's. They were just playing, like, they wanted you to keep this shit going. This bullshit. They wanted you to keep this bullshit going. You know what I mean? See if you make a pass at them. I don't know what the hell their game plan was, to be honest with you. It was just all weird to me. A lot of that stuff was just weird to me. You know? Look, this Wolf. This Wolf Coochie right here. This is Wolf Coochie DMs. He said, peace. This Wolfgang, aka Wolf Cushy. This is what he's saying, right? He said, "Yo, I'll hit that. I'll hit that live in 2 hours. I have an idea on how we can spin this. I'm not discussing the Stone Paxson live on my channel. All I said was bet, right?" He said, "Black mental health will be the discussion. More importantly, black women's mental health. These guys didn't do anything to help her mental health, right?" He say, so that's where we can take it. Other opportunities will come out of this for us. I don't want you to be pro Jag in this conversation. This is what Wolf Coochie is saying. She has contributed to other mental health so that what you can talk about, and I'll come from the perspective of hurt people hurt people. This is Wolf Coochie now. And then I said, okay, bet. I'm just saying, okay, bet, going along with it. That's all I say the whole time is like bet, bet, bet. Right? And then he say, all right, then he changed the times of it. And then he said, it's all good. I had to spend more time with the daughter because of the birthday apologies. I'll be on in 20 minutes. And then send me an email or whatever, right? But this all goes back to that. You know what I mean? There's other conversations I can go into, Discord conversations, Instagram messages, like all of it, you know? The not sending me text messages, right? From different phones. Talking about so performative. I actually called you to have a normal conversation. You're jealous is seeping. And I don't control what black women do with their money. But you sound like a pimp extorting with how you talk about her buying you a car and how you took my B and bag. That's just silly. My money is good, life good, and I wish you the best because that's what I want for myself. You got too many people on your head to be beefing with me. Typical to not, right? How far back y'all want to go? How far back y'all want to go? Trying to tell y'all, man. All the text logs is right there on the phones. All of them. You know, it ain't a story that they can, shake out of because all of it is right there. You know, all of it is right there. Where is Tara at? Cause she did the most. She probably just changed her name and became somebody different. What's going on with you, Mama D? What's going on with you?
I missed you. Thankful thing, how you held all the stress and the it's inconceivable and unbelievable. The type of demon it's given evil and diabolical. So there will be no forgiving. It's time for me to go, go another way. Get away now. So I'ma let you know. Oh, I'm gonna get away. Get away now. You said it was easy. You were so crazy. I was so blind. You confused me. Yes, you used me. Abused me. Toyed with my mind. Inconceivable. So unbelievable. You are the devil. It's given demon, so diabolical, so there will be no forgiving. It's time for me to go, 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 oh, go another way. Get away now, so I'ma let you know. No, I'm gonna get away. Time for me to go, 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 oh, go another way. So I'ma let you know. No, I'm gonna get away. You told me I would make it, but all you did was fake it. I'm sorry I put all my trust in you. Before I mention and say with the attention, you'll pay for everything you put me through. It's inconceivable and unbelievable, the kind of demon it's given. It's given evil, you're diabolical. Baby, there'll be no forgiving.
It's time to meet her. Oh,
So
we did our 1-2 step on they whole, we exposed a lot. They started coming out exposing each other and they started doing a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? We sat back and, you know, started focusing on us. We sat back and started, you know, we got a lot of stuff going on out here. And, maybe I did, uh, look at this situation. And it's going to take a lot more. Like I promise you, it's going to take a lot more. I got to try to stay focused on it, try to stay, promoting, getting the people out here, so on and so forth, putting some things together, getting some finances together, everything like that. Like, I need investors. I need, as much help as possible, just trying to make this place, something great. But, if this can be the starting point to something, this can be the example or the beginning of something else, you know what I mean? So this one place could, be the start of other homestead, you know, possibilities and so on and so forth. So, I feel like we need to focus and lock into this and build something great around this. And then, other great opportunities is going to come from that. That's what this whole journey was about. It wasn't about, it wasn't never about one single person. It wasn't about, me. It wasn't about me, it was about the collective. It was about creating something greater for the collective, instead of giving all these false hopes. If you look at Jaguar Wright, she got cruelty free music, but ain't putting no music out there. You know what I mean? She's got, she says she's got all of this and all of that, but she ain't doing nothing. Like she's no better than a Lady Letitia, just sitting there trying to talk about Maggie and other content creators. But she's supposed to be on a celebrity status or have so much going for herself, whatever the case may be, you know. And then you got, the people who's just fighting to try to get their page off the ground or, you know, get their page off the ground because they keep getting attacked. Their page just keep getting attacked. So it's like, you got all these people out here, but where's the real support? Where's the real, each one teach one? Where's the helping each other out of the dirt? Where's that at? That's what we need to get to. That level of unity where we're helping each other instead of hindering each other. You know what I mean? That's what I was speaking upon. That's what I was pointing out. That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept telling them. Yo, y'all got all these opportunities. Why y'all ain't put together something better yet? You, AT2, all of y'all. Why don't y'all have a time where y'all just stop beefing and start trying to? No, I did that already. I tried to build with somebody already. I tried that. They stabbed me in the back. It's forever. It's up in this. That's all they want to do. But ain't no unity in that. You don't see nothing good coming out of that. You know? You don't see nothing good coming out of the things that they doing. You know? There's nothing good coming out of the things that they doing. So it's almost like you got like I want to build a collective to where as though we all benefit at some point, you know. Maybe might not be in the beginning that everybody benefit, but at some point we're all going to benefit from this build, from this growth, you know. And some people might not want to build a channel or a social media platform. Some people might want, you know, assistance, you know. Maybe we can put together a pot, a kitty, you know, something that we all, well, a pool, as they say. Like maybe we can start like a Cash App pool or something like that, where you put so many people in the pool, everybody contribute money to that pool, and then when somebody needs something out that pool, they just take a little bit out the pool. We got to get back to groups like that, to where as though we looking out for each other and we building that level of security. I understand a lot of people are in financial trouble. A lot of people having a hard time getting jobs, working, and so on and so forth. That's why you know, entrepreneurship, building a brand around yourself, and so on and so forth. You know, don't forget the Atlas brand. We still got clothes and stuff. People can contribute that way by buying that stuff. You know, we got to get some more of that stuff out there. You know, I'm looking for like maybe to buy in bulk, like to buy in bulk and then like maybe sell it online. Maybe get a couple of people to buy like some of the Atlas stuff in bulk and then sell it online. Something like that. I got, you know, a couple of different ideas of things that I'm going to look into and see how it could work, you know, how it works out. And we got to get some good stuff going. Get some good stuff going. For real. I'm telling y'all, man. It's the time for it. It's the summer for it. People are not looking for that same old rhetoric. Like they want something new. You know, they want to invest in something new. They want to buy into something new. You gotta give people those new hopes, new endeavors. You know, I think this whole spiritual journey that I've been on, whether it been through TikTok or been through YouTube, like I'm appreciative for it. You know, I really am appreciative for it because, to be honest, like I see how, you know, certain variations of things have happened. I see how things have taken place. And to me, it's more so like to me it's more so like just being thankful for the journey that one is on. So I try to have gratitude along the way. And not everything goes right along the way. Not everything goes right. There's so much stuff that keeps on, you know, little small hiccups, little small problems, little small, but, you know, once you realize like that's a part of life, it's the duality of it, then you'll just strive forward. You'll just keep on pushing past a lot of the BS. Even with the whole Jaguar right thing and, you know, this whole YouTube thing, the journey has still been great because I run into a lot of great people, you know. But you gotta go through a hell of a lot of messed up people just to find some great ones. You know, you gotta go through like I don't even know the number because it depends on what type of crowd you putting yourself around. So I can't even tell you. You know. Mm. Sorry, that chip bag not being rolled up was bothering me. Um, you know, I can't even tell you like the what you calls, you know, certain variations of things. I can't even tell you. Like I man, I be looking at this and I just be thanking God every day. I try to my best to let today worry about today and tomorrow worry about tomorrow. Even though I have so much hope for tomorrow, like, you know, and then like the asking of funds and stuff like that, I try to keep that to a minimum no matter how much I might need it. I try, you know, to keep the asking for funds to a minimum. Why? Because one has to be willing. Like, I know everybody is going through everything that they going through. So it's like, I'm not gonna keep on pressing people. Like, I know a lot of people say, if you need it, just ask. If you need it, just ask. But that's not how this journey works. This journey is not about needing something and asking. It's about allowing those who are willing to see fit that your journey is worth, contributing to. It's not about like asking for it. It's about people seeing the authenticity in it, seeing seeing like, you know what, that's something I want to see. I want to contribute to that. I want to contribute to that level of unity. When you actually start seeing it, when you actually see the events, when you actually see the progress and stuff like that, that's what it's about. It's about showing and proving, right? It's not just I'm on here just saying, oh, let's get money, and we're going to build a school in Africa, and you never really see that school in Africa. Like, no, we're trying to build something here to where it is though you can see it, right? And not only that, it can be mimicked. It can be mimicked. Once we show people that it can be done, then other people will also start putting together the effort to do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's time that we inspire something greater in this nation. It's time that we inspire to, achieve something greater. Even if it's something as small as a self-staining system, even if it's something as small as a homestead, even if it's something as small as a small community, at least it's something. Like, people are drowning out there in the world, struggling out there in the world, crying for help in so many different ways and giving up. A lot of people are giving up. I see so many people giving up. I don't care whether they're a TikTok, streamer or whatever. Like, I still see them giving up. Like, I seen people online like begging, like, just take me out. Like, what? I see it. I see the sadness and depression that have seeped into this world. Like literally, I see it, you know? And we gotta find a way out of it. We gotta come up out of that depression, sadness. For real. I got plans, I got ambitions. A lot of us do. A lot of us got dreams, goals, ambitions, all of that stuff, you know? Slowly but surely, we trying to get there. You know? I ask you guys for any contribute that you can do, whether it be to the PayPal, the Cash App. I hope this dude's supposed to come today and empty out this trailer, so I hope I can figure out some things. I gotta go pick up this propane to hook that up, so the stove and all that'll work, all the gas and stuff. I don't know. I ain't gonna use that stove though. I ain't gonna use no gas stove in here. I don't like it. But then again, I might use that motherfucker. I might have to fry up some eggs or, cook up some something. I gotta put this thing in the full operation. I need to get the full use out of it. You know? Might even buy it. Might even buy this little thing. You know? Have something here on the property. That way I can, but they couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop it. Why ain't nobody talking about that? Hmm? You got Vampy, you got Snoopy, you got all of these people still trying to paint a false image. Why are they not talking about I know, right? Get a little electric hot plate I can hook up, right? Why are they not talking about that? Why are they not talking about that part? Like, you know, everything that we said we was going to do, we did. Why are they not talking about that part? Why they cuz they already painted a certain image. And now their pride and their ego won't let them tell themselves that they was wrong. You know what I mean? They already painted a certain image, so now their pride and their ego won't let them go back. They, even though in their mind, some of them might be like, "Damn, maybe we did jump the gun. Maybe we did." They not gonna go back. They gonna be like, "Man, fuck that shit. He's still a piece of shit in my book. In my book, he's still this and he's still that, and he still let them women say this, and he still did this." How? If you know that they was planted there in order to create a scenario, like if Snoopy got two of her friends to come into the Discord and fight so she can record it, then it was all set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how y'all saying like I allowed something that you mean I allowed the setup to play out how they wanted it to play out so they can like make that make sense. Then you got She Paint, literally, who told people, you know what I mean, that the not was sending people over to the Discord to trauma bond or whatever the case may be. And now where's she at? She make a whole new page, and now she's Danny Robinson's fan favorite. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are weird. A lot of people just use my platform to get to the next person that they wanted to get next to. Like, she wasn't getting there with AT2, but then when she attached herself to me, all of a sudden, Danny Robinson paid attention to her. Lady Letitia, when Lady Letitia attached herself over here, what happened? Danny Robinson noticed her, right? So it seemed like a lot of people that was attaching themselves to me got noticed by somebody else because they attached themselves over here. Did it not? Did the Atlas networks not contribute to a lot of these people's pages growing? Did we not contribute? From them trying to steal our talking points, from them stealing our ideas, did we not contribute to a lot of growth in this sector in a short amount of time? We contribute to a lot of growth in this sector in a short amount of time. Whether they want to give us credit for it or not, whether they want to mention us or not, it's crazy, you know, that, you know, we literally was gone for, I mean, we wasn't even gone. We still let people know we was around, but we just went over to TikTok, went back to TikTok, did our thing. Like, it's crazy to me because however you look at this, people fail to still live in the truth. It's like everybody decided to paint it a certain narrative and they ran with that narrative. Like, look at Snoopy. Snoopy, come on. Come on. Where did you come from? Where did you come from? Because it's not an American beef that you're looking for. So where did this person come from? They had to be hurt by something that we did. And the only thing we did was expose scammers and grifters and stuff. Murph, Big Hungry CC, Ronnie Boat, like that's all we were doing. So it had to be from one of them camps. And then when that Atwoods thing took place, so all of these people that's out there, like, they are trolls. They just might be a troll from a different farm, but they're all they're all trolls because they all keep the same MO. They don't report the truth. They don't have a sense of decency to try to say like, oh, I was wrong about this person. I was wrong about that person. Because there's nothing more than a conversation. You don't know these people in real life to hold such a grudge, but none of these people want to have a conversation with the person who they say they got a problem with when it's as simple as like, oh, I got a problem with Ralphdawise. Let me see if he's going to come over on the panel later on, because they know that in conversation with the person who they beefing with, they're going to make themselves look and sound stupid. They know that. They have no real origin of their problem with me. None of them have a real origin of their problem with me. None of them. They can't tell you why they don't like me. Ain't that weird? If they had a real argument, they will be looking to confront me. We all know that. We all know when you got a real problem with somebody, you like, man, you'll contact somebody. Oh, he's up on this panel, he's over here. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So it's like they really don't have no problem. They really don't have no merits, no facts behind why they mad. None of that. It's fake rage. It is literally fake rage. They will tell you it's fake rage. That's why they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me because they don't want the interaction to reflect the laughter, the fact that they, you know what I mean, that it's fake rage. They don't want the interaction to reflect that because they know I'm going to point it out. You know, they're going to be like, oh, stop. You know why I'm mad. You know why. You know. We can go to the Discord messages. We can go into the petty pocket. We can go into the Discord that they talking about, right? We could literally go into the Discord that they're talking about, right? We can go into, let me see, where's the voice channel at? I think it's, is it the energy room, the AO? Which one was it? Let me see. With this one? Okay. So look, we can go into the voice channel message and go all the way back to the conversations that took place in there. Do you get what I'm saying? The voice channel is not recorded, but you could go see the message log in the voice channel, the chat log in the voice channel, like from when we was having all the conversations in there, you know? And you can see like even with like RC117, like you can go back to when he was over there and he found his voice in the Discord, you know? You go back, like these people found their voices over there. Remember he started popping it in the Discord, like, oh yeah, these people, this, that, and the third. And what what was the fallout with any of them? No one can explain the fallout because it never really was a fallout. Once Danny Robinson decided she was going to do whatever, that's when all of them decided they were going to do whatever. I don't know who I hurt. It might have been one of these people that was sending me a message on the back end who, said, oh, you don't know who you mess with, watch what I do, or whatever. And I just was like, man, whatever, you're crazy. I don't know what the hell you talking about. You know what I mean? That had to be one of them. And then they started taking the people that was making music for me. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. Man, I'm trying to tell you. You know? And look how many times Powwow was trying to call Powwow was trying to call my phone in the Discord. Come on now. Come on now. How about Jane? How about Jane? Do we want to get into Jane's text logs? Hmm? Do we want to get into Jane's text logs? This is what I'm saying. Like, these people, it was a game to them. It was a game. It was literally a game. I'm trying to tell y'all. And then look, Sassy Paul changed her name now. Now look, Sassy Paul is now Sassy Chloe under a different name. And look, she used to try to send me cash apps, acting like her nephew had her phone and all of that stuff. Now she's under a different name. Now she's Sassy something NPC. In the Discord. Change her name and try to make it seem like nobody knows who she is. You know what I mean? Sending me all of this when the knot was putting my info. Look, you see the live that's right there? Same circle of people. Hmm? Who put Lady Leticia in contact with OKP? Hmm? Who passed along the info? Hmm? Come on now. Look. Lady Leticia, Lady Leticia, Lady Leticia, Lady Leticia. These people act like they forget. You know? That's Lady Leticia. Come on now. That's why I keep telling these people, like, just go ahead, tell the truth. Ain't that hard. Just tell the truth. And then, like, they got people like this. Blueberry Streets. Huh? Blueberry Streets. Y'all seen that person name around? Come on. Come on. I never messaged this person. Or, yeah, I did message this person one time. I'm sorry. I said I would do a live on it soon. These people will try to control your panel, you know, make you talk about what they want you to talk about. Here we go. Where did this person go? Where did this person go? You know, this person was sending me whole, little charts to look at, trying to link people together, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? This person. I might need to find this person, Nicole. She was trying to send me the stuff about Atwoods. I might need to find this person. But she was also sending me the stuff about Maggie. They kept on trying to get me to talk about Maggie. See, I wouldn't do it. Maggie is from Quebec, which is French speaking, and is separatist proverbs in Canada, wanting separation from Canada to form its own nation. The history of the conversations speak for themselves. You know what I mean? That's why I keep on saying, like, they can make it seem like this, make it seem like that. Listen, all of the messages is right there. All you got to do is go pull up the messages. If you think this, if you think that, go pull up the messages. And then you had Riri. Y'all know Riri? The one I used to call Twilight because she was, she had her name Twilight or something like that. You remember that? I can go to Instagram and show her messages, but I ain't gonna do that. I seen her make a comment on somebody's page one time, and I was like, "What? I thought you was cool." You know what I mean? I really thought some of these people was cool, but that was just me being gullible. Real, I thought some of these people was cool. I'm like, okay, you know. Even DJ Genesis from Detroit was in the Discord. DJ Genesis was in the Discord. Um, like I said, man, I thought some of these people was cool. Danny Lynn. I don't know if y'all seen that person around. I thought that person was cool. Turned out all these people wasn't cool. Huh? What the hell happened? And then you gotta go to Instagram for some of the messages. Gotta jump over to Instagram for some of the messages. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so let's see. Riri, she changed her name. But you can see, as you can see, this is her, right? You see, I'm short. I'm short with all my responses. Always been like that, right? But you see her, right? Hmm. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? All these people are. I might not have knew what was going on, but they knew the role that they were playing, man. They knew the role that they were playing. I'm the one that thought that they were cool. You know what I mean? I'm the one thought that they were cool. Even tried to reach out to, Sherelle. You see, that's her. Real account. That's me on the back end. doing what real people do, trying to reach out, right? To try to, whatever. And then you see Cleo's messages. Cleo can't deny her messages. This is why Cleo can't deny her messages.
You are right. Been talking so much about DMX because she is staying with DMX ex manager, and that's her name, Natalie Walker, and that's her address. She's living in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the address. Yeah, I just doxed her. What? What up? Last time I tried to catch her, you see her hiding in the bathroom. Someone to help me. Now, I told my friend he lives in Arizona that she's over there. He knows where she's at. It's only a few blocks away. So I'm seeing what's up.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Who else should we just click on? Who else? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all remember Brandy? Whatever her name was? Hmm? Instagram. And we can go back to Discord and look at her messages on Discord because she sent messages on Discord and Instagram. They was trying to send messages in different places and trying to make it seem like, you know what I mean? Why is you sending me messages in different places? This was when she was talking about Stephanie. Wig not built for that. This was with the whole panel of them.
You fucking idiot. My mom, what do you think the Creole mean, you stupid ass? Do you not think that Asian people are Creole? Lord Jesus. It's stupid. You know what? No. I'm over it. Sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck is? Get some business with this bullshit. Like, what is wrong with you people? You are sitting out. He was out what her is.
Y'all don't remember Stephanie?
I'm sorry, Maggie. You know I can't. I'm
This
trying.
is when she got her hair done. This is like the last time she was up when she got her hair done. Huh?
Steph held it longer than I
Steph
did.
got her hair done, started acting brand new. Hold on, you lucky the screen won't change. She got her hair done, started acting brand new. Hmm? Yeah, she disappeared for a while and then popped back up. That's why I say, like, listen, I know these people. I I mean, I don't know these people, but you know, the messages speak for themselves. The games on the back end speak for themselves. They ain't think nobody would probably stick around long enough to. A lot of people get mad and just delete stuff. You know what I mean? That's probably what they was hoping. Maybe I would delete some stuff. You know what I mean? But no, 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 no. All of it's right there. When I go back into my phone, all of the manipulation is right there. All of the games on the back end is right there. All of the fake, I support you. Da 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 da. It's all right there. You know what I mean? I've been around. I just don't want to play these little manipulation games that they playing. Like, I don't want that. Like, I thought we was on here, being real, being authentic. I came on here with my real self. I ain't know I was, going against characters and false images and all of this stuff and whatever they call themselves, content creators or you know, entertainers, whatever they call themselves. I came on here authentic. I didn't come on here with the game or the bullshit. I came on here authentic. So, you know what I mean? Yo, it was so many of them. Whose account is this? Oh, this is how I got in touch with Storm Monroe. He changed his name, Celebrity Doctor TV. Hmm. And what did not hated on that, didn't he? Hated on that shit. Hmm? Who else? Who else message log should we look at? Hmm? And then if you go over to my TikTok, more messages from different people, you know what I mean? They always playing this little circuit game. Like, I ain't know what was going on. Yeah, I know, but listen, you know, with my ability to remember things, you know, there was a lot of games. That's all I'm saying. You know, with my ability to remember these people, it was just a lot of games. You know, and Maggie started that wave. Maggie started that wave. Maggie gave those people a place to take the bullshit to. When Maggie said, "Oh, somebody need to find out about this Stacy thing," I'll pay somebody, whatever, whatever. That's when Snoopy started trying to find out this and find out that, and all these people started trying to find out this and look into that, and they were like, "Oh, Maggie, I could bring you some stuff. I could bring you the stuff." Brandy and her boyfriend put in place or her husband, whatever he is. I'm wondering why these people call me on the phone. I'm like, you must be recording, mister. You must be recording. Because you should not be calling my phone with this much animosity. You know what I mean? Oh, I know. Great things is happening. Great things is in the makings. It's in the happening right now. So, you know, I'm watching it. We all watching it. We all here for it. We here for the ride. It's gonna be a glorious one. It's gonna be a glorious one, you know? The ride's gonna be glorious. You know? I just want to, splash back on all of the bull crap that we went through to get here. That's all. Just a little splash back on the bullshit. I gotta get the people over here from here we need Maggie to play this remix over there. I need to give her this. She could put this on her soundboard. She ain't gotta say it no more. She could just press this button. She can literally go find this on iHeart or Spotify or something like that. She already got her own theme song. Look how that beat drop. Watch the build up. Listen to the build up.
Get me out of the valley of the shadow of death.
That was tough. That was tough right there. You can play this at a techno. You can listen. They would love this at a rave. At a rave, all you need is those lights. Get them moving them lights around like that. Next thing you know, you got a whole party. Got a whole party. You know? Hey, y'all hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal when you get a chance. Throw your boy a little something if you got a chance. And make him say, nah. Make him say, uh, uh, uh. The nah. You know? Too many to nines. Get me out of the shadow of death. Death. Make it rain, make it rain. What happened to all those characters? What happened to Pow Wow? What happened to all those characters? Where did they go? Oh damn, I ain't mean for everybody to leave. My fault. Damn, asked for a little bit of change. Everybody scramble. Shit. My bad. My bad. My bizzle. Everybody done left up out of here. My bad. My fault. I know what not to say. I know what not to say. I get it now. I'm sorry. My apologies. I apologize. I don't want to leave, but I got to right now. I want to say whole time they already knew. Whole time they already knew. They already played the game. EA Sports. EA Sports in the game. You know? Not me. We was always 20 steps ahead of the bull crap. You know? We was always 20 steps ahead of the bull crap. Well, we not. We were always 20 steps ahead of it. And that's a fact. You know? The problem with all of that. That was the problem. They couldn't get us. They couldn't stop us. They was trying though. They tried. But look at us. Look at us. The light will prevail. The light will prevail. You know? That's for sure, for sure. For sure, the light will prevail. While we walk in it. That's exactly why we walk in the light, because we know the light is what keeps us safe, you know? And that's what's going to prevail is the light, you know? Gorilla. I'm telling y'all, man, life is changing. Everything is changing for sure, for sure. I might have to run and get a bag of ice. Oh yeah. Is it? That's good. It's sunny here. It's nice here. It's nice, nice, nice. Two cats, no dogs. Mm-mm. Hey, working in the garden. That's the plus. Oh shit. Huh? We need some rain here. We need some rain here. And it's cold. Yeah, we got no burning effect too right now. We hoping for some rain. We got some stuff we need to burn. Can't do it. Can't even burn a leaf pile right now. What y'all's plans for the day? What y'all got planned for the day? Eh? Yeah. Okay, I still got some admins and some big groups on Facebook. I forgot I was in a half a million I forgot I was in that big ass Facebook group. Forgot I helped create that fucking Kevin Gates Facebook group. Damn, that shit's at 600K now. That's crazy. Damn. Yo. How long ago? Let me see something. Hold on. Am I a code? Yeah, I think I'm a code. Yeah. Let me look at this real quick. Hmm. 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 I forgot. I need to join some groups out here, I guess now. Right? Let me see if I can. How do you find more? How do you find groups? Y'all want people to answer questions to join y'all group. It ain't that deep. Hmm. Yeah, she did something kind for all of us. You're right. She was so kind to us. However, do we pay her back for her kindness? The fact that you over here says a lot. Only says a lot. Just goes to show how much y'all actually listen and watch. Listen and watch. Listen and watch. Waiting for your moment to strike. Hmm? Waiting for your moment to strike. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Right? Because the way that y'all play don't make sense. I promise you it don't. Those people don't make sense. They gotta make something make sense first. You know? That's why I keep on saying, like, they gotta first make some shit make sense, to be honest. But like I say, they can say what they want, but the messages speaks for themselves. You know, I just got those messages. That's all I got. I don't know what their plot, plan, scheme, or none of that was. I don't know what none of that was. I just got the messages. You feel me? We still moving forward with our endeavors. We still moving forward with our plan. We still, looking forward to greater days, better days, lovely days, all of that stuff. So, you know, I gotta put some funds together to put some wands together. We gotta try to get this fence so we can get the goat. After we get this fence up, we can get the goats in there. And then after that, we gotta tilt the land back there, tilt the land real quick so we can move forward with this endeavor. You know, we got to move forward with our endeavor. That's it. We don't know what they got going on. We don't know. We can't say. We got to do too much already for ourselves. We got to do some stuff for ourselves already. So we can't get caught up with what they got going on. You know, that's another one of them traps. If they want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. Let's figure out what the problem is, and then let's see where their content goes from there after we, reconcile or squash everything. They have no content outside of talking about, you know. So that's probably why they don't never want to figure out the problem, you know? That's why they don't want to sit down and figure out the problem. That's why they don't want to let bygones be bygones. That's why it's no, all right, let's make peace. All right, we over it. That's why it's none of that. Why do you think it's none of that? You know? Why do you think it's none of that? Why do you think it's literally none of that? Look, we got to get ready for a 420 weekend event. I wish I had some stuff right now. I would put together like an Easter egg hunt or something out here for the kids. All they really want to do. You know what I mean? That's all they really want to do is literally try to come over and try to say something in the comment section so they can go back and say they said something in the comment section and then make 3 hours of content out of it. Shit, maybe 12 hours. They might pull a Vampy and go 24 hours. You know? Vampy trying to act like she know about the Anunnakis and stuff. I laugh at these people, man. But it's all gonna it's gonna pay out for us, cause listen, them cease and desist start going out, them lawsuits start hitting people, you know, that's when you can say, oh happy day. Oh, oh happy day. You know what I'm saying? When them cease and desist, them lawsuits start going out, you know, guess everybody trying to find out, you know, Dag's name or whatever. I know that you know, I know that it's about time these people stop getting away with the stuff they've been getting away with, you know? It's time to stop getting away with what they've been getting away with. What they gonna do? What they gonna do when they can no longer get away with the shit they getting away with? Hmm? Wait. Christian Rock got a warrant out of California too?
From CPS. Of course, we don't know if CPS is involved, but in the video, CPS is involved. They likely got a warrant. And people are like, well, they don't remove children for traffic warrants. We're not talking about that kind of warrant, guys. Those are two different types of warrant. That's a criminal warrant, the whole thing with the traffic ticket. This is a warrant that CPS gets. It's a protective custody warrant. They're a completely different court system, has nothing to do with criminality. So the other thing about this warrant out of California, some of you guys are making too big of a deal about it. Nobody's gonna come and expedite Christian for a traffic warrant in California. Now, she was driving in California and they pulled her over and saw that they had a
Okay. Wait, she did one on Bree?
she's
Bree is not pregnant though. She's faking.
from Christian's care. So I've had a chance to do a little bit more digging and watching some of these YT channels. Lil Name Media and also Sean Baby Way. I will tell you from what I'm hearing, a lot of this stuff does ring true. I'm not saying it's true. CPS rings true. For an example, this insider is
Green Star, where do you keep coming from? Why is like every time I put my head down and look up, you're typing something?
they remove usually because they have a warrant.
Wasn't you a supporter at one point?
Weekends, that parent goes before a judge.
Hmm? Hmm? But why are you over here though? That's the crazy thing. You know, they might get mad at you. They might get mad at you for typing in the comment section. You know? You better not let your friends see you over here, Green Star. They might get upset with you being in my comment section. Hmm? You know? We don't want no trouble with you. Hey, we don't want no trouble with nobody. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. All right, let's get out of here for a little bit before they, start stalking the page. We should just stay live all day. I should just plug the charger up and just keep y'all here all day, you know, just to piss them off. But what is the problem, though? That's the question. Like, the question is, what's the problem? What's the beef? You know what I mean? Why are they so pressed? They don't want to come over and have a conversation, right? So what do they want? Would they like to set up a meeting? Somebody asked them, would they like to set up a meeting? They don't respond to me no more. They know not to talk to me, because they know that I'm gonna show them facts. I ain't gonna stumble my words. They think they lies going, if they keep repeating the lies, it's gonna outweigh the truth. Nah. Hmm. I'm telling you, watch. The pastor is going to end up with custody of Junior and have everything. Watch. Telling you, watch. Next thing you know, pastor gonna be like, "We saved Junior. We saved Junior. Thank you. We saved Junior." Watch. They gonna do a whole sermon of it. We saved Junior. All right, I got some stuff to dig into and look at. Y'all get over to the Discord if y'all ain't a part of the Discord yet. Get to these places that we frequently be at. Come holler at us. All right, y'all at y'all later. Remember, one's image of oneself should be greater than reality. If nobody told y'all that they love y'all today, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love you. You know, And let's be great together. Most importantly, let's be great.